Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of the Xbox Community Cast. If you haven't been a part of the discussion before, each week we come together to talk about the latest news and popular topics with you, the community. On this week's show, we're talking about the Xbox Game Pass and its free trial, jump into a discussion on the popular streaming service Beam and its new name, and then hop on down to Hope County where we'll be talking about the Far Cry 5 reveal trailer. Lastly, stay tuned to the back half of the show where we'll be having our Game of the Week discussion about Paladins. I'm your host, Risky, and joining me this week and every other week are Shopa.
Hey, everyone.
And Waterloo.
Howdy doody.
How's your guys' week's been? What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Let's hear it, Shopa.
I don't care who answers the question.
I wasn't going to start the show off on kind of a sadder note, but...
Let's hear it. Who died?
My family cat died.
Sorry. R.I.P.?
That's bad. I'm sorry.
He was 15 years old.
That's an old
That
pussy.
is old.
So...
Just pretend I didn't hear it.
He's been not eating and not drinking for a little over a week now. So we kind of felt like it was happening. I haven't been home in like a year. I've been living on my own, so I haven't really been around him. So it didn't really hit as bad for me as it did for mom and dad who have been living with him. I know everyone else took the day off today to be with him for his final few hours.
Not to make light of the situation, but you probably could have taken today off as well if you wanted.
I could have.
Isn't that how you got out at volleyball tonight?
Hopefully no one for volleyball.
I'm just kidding. This podcast is being recorded on Wednesday and way before volleyball.
Which was on Thursday.
Well, hey, that's some bad news to start the show. So,
but the weekend was good. Played a bunch of video games. Enjoyed the Memorial Day 3-day break. Got outside for a little bit. Went to the dog park. So even though today was a little bit sadder of a day, the week was pretty good. How about you, Lou?
Week was good. Did the last week of my training at my new job. So starting Friday, I will be considered a greenhorn. So that's pretty cool. Got some gaming in. That's always a good thing. I was able to enjoy some of that sunshine. No death in my family. But
always a good thing.
I do fear my oldest dog, is down that road.
Well, nothing's dying around me, so I'll be the positive one to lift this podcast up.
I just wanted to relate with my friend here.
Star Wars turned 40 this week.
That is news.
That's so old.
And Star Wars isn't never gonna die. It's gonna continue forever.
Star Wars is.
I actually just found I got the whole series 1 through 6 as a Christmas present, and I lost it for a while. I found it.
That's good.
It was right behind all the other movies that I just never looked at because I had no DVD player.
Is it on Blu-ray?
I don't know if they are or not.
Who has a DVD player nowadays anyways?
Well, now I just use my Xbox because it's out in my living room.
Precisely.
But I had it in the office before, so didn't have any way to play it. But that was cool. That was a good find. How about you, Risky? What did you do this week?
Star Wars turned 40.
Oh, you got that part.
Oh.
Yeah. So you did Star Wars this week?
No, I didn't even watch it.
Oh.
I saw that it had come out 40 years ago, and I was like, oh man, I should watch Star Wars, and then I didn't. Watched like a half hour of John Wick last night. That was cool.
Yeah,
Been watching Parks and Rec.
Yes.
I had never got into that show, but like the cast, you have Chris Pratt and Amy Poehler, whatever her name is.
I believe it's Polar.
Aubrey Plaza, the dude that has the mustache, he's pretty funny.
Nick Osterman?
Nick Swanson.
Not Swanson.
That's his name in the show. Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson, the mustache man.
I think his name is Nick something, though, in real life.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Nick Kopman?
Maybe.
That might be a sales rep.
I don't know. It's definitely Nick something, I'm pretty sure.
But no, I haven't been really doing much out of the ordinary this week, though.
I haven't gotten into it, really. We should, because we're both, my girlfriend and I are both big Chris Pratt fans.
I think everyone's a big Chris Pratt fan.
Probably true.
Since he's cast for every role in the history of
amazing.
everything now.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
What else is he in other than Guardians?
Lost World?
Yep.
And isn't he supposed to be the new Indiana Jones? If
I
that ever gets
heard
made?
rumor
Or
of
there was
that.
rumor of him doing that?
He was also in that
Damn.
movie with Vince Vaughn, who had like over 500 kids with like 500 different women because he donated his sperm so much.
Is
I
that-
don't remember that one either.
You either had a weird dream about this movie or...
No, it's a real
I mean,
movie.
I vaguely remember something like that.
This guy has like
Because
over
then he
fi-
has like a guilt trip, and he's like, "Oh, I should meet all my kids."
Yeah. And
So-
some of them want to meet him and some don't. And at the end of it, it's all a big happy 500 family photo. And everyone's happy.
That's a
500
wide...
families.
That's a wide
Jeez.
camera lens.
Yeah. Very wide.
Much wider than we can get for the podcast.
They're going to need that new V20 with the 135 degree angle
You're
camera
just the
lens onto it.
worst.
Unfortunately, it only has a 8 megapixel camera for that, but that's fine.
Somebody read the hands.
So- Somebody's a greenhorn. All right, so good weeks. Not exciting weeks.
No, by any means.
A few deaths. Just one death.
Just one death.
And they were all just
Maybe the
They're-
next death
they're
will be next
pets.
week.
No.
Hopefully,
like
I'll knock on wood
actually-
for that one.
not actual pets, but
All right, so with that, let's get into the news. All right, what's going on in the news this week? Either of you?
anyone.
I'm doing real bad at
just-
calling you guys out this week.
Bueller.
Bueller.
Well, I was gonna touch that one, but we'll touch that later.
You're gonna touch what one?
The Far Cry one, but we'll just
Yeah,
touch
we
that
could-
later.
We'll save Far Cry.
Yeah.
For that last.
Okay, I'll start with
Sounds good.
the Xbox Game Pass.
Sweet.
They dropped a bomb on us last week, and if you were a gold member, you could start your 14-day trial of the Xbox Game Pass. For those of you that don't know, it's a subscription service, kind of like Netflix, $9.99 a month. I think this first month it was 112 games. So between Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So it's a lot of stuff. Did you guys download the Game Pass at all?
No.
I did not know.
So it's available to everybody June 1st, and like I said, it's going to be $9.99 a month. I'm assuming the games will cycle out probably on the 1st of every month. Just like when deals with gold and games with gold switch, you'll probably get whatever's going to be happening within the Game Pass is also going to switch. So the games that are going to go in are go in. The ones that are going to come out will come out. Some...
Are they only playable during that month then? Like,
Well, I mean, if they get booted out at the end of the month, then they're not. No, you're downloading. It's weird though because you're downloading them. You're not streaming them, so you're gonna download them and you're gonna have the file on your Xbox. But then, when the month ends and say the game you were playing gets kicked out, you lose the license to it, so you can't actually go into it. So the file will be there, but you won't be able to access it.
That's pretty interesting. I mean,
You look dumbfounded,
I don't
Chopa.
know if I like that. I
Why?
guess it's hard to give away all of the games for like $9.99 a month, but if you get unlucky and get into a game like with 2 days left, and then it just gets taken away on you, that's kind of bummy. I mean, I didn't think they would take the
guess.
license. I didn't think they'd make you download it and then take the licenses away.
Well, you think you're just gonna get 100 new games every month or something?
I was under the impression that it wasn't, you were subscribed monthly and they would change and add stuff. So when it's like Netflix has a huge base of things, but they change out little things every once in a while.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, that's what's happening here, though, is that it'll only be a few things moving in and out each week. But like you said, if it is a game that you were super interested or invested in, I guess it'll be kind of crappy if it leaves. But that's how this model's going to be working.
I guess we'll have to see what it looks like. Hopefully they're not changing games in and out too quickly.
See, I'm kind of the opposite way, where I'd prefer they switch more often, just so we have more of a selection. But I guess if you find a game you really like, you should probably. That was
Just
pretty loud.
We're all winners today. Buy it.
You should probably.
upfront.
Well, that or just beat the game in a month. You got a month. It's a pretty long time.
depending on how often they switch.
Well, yeah,
stuff
or
out.
more. Also, if you find a game you like in Game Pass, it's discounted. I'm not sure what the discount is, but I know it is discounted. There's a few good games in this one. We had Mad Max, like that's a big AAA game. It's older. Most of the games are older. I would say the newest game is probably
Halo 5.
Halo 5. Yeah. But like Sunset Overdrive, that's going to be in there. Saints Row Reelected. Those are just a few of the like big AAA titles.
These are just games that they also just put on deals for super
It
high
is
percentage.
It is kind of funny that a lot of these like 360 games, they had their big backwards compatibility sale, and now most of these backwards compatible games that are in the Game Pass were discounted. Were discounted like last week.
So
or
what
the
are
week
the
before.
chances they're discounted to the same price as the deals now that they're in your Game Pass?
Well, I mean they're free on the Game Pass.
Yeah, but you said to buy they're discounted as well, correct?
I don't think it's that big of a discount. It might be though. I'm not positive.
Okay.
But we do have some. There's also some 360 games as well. That's actually a big chunk of it. I would say probably about half, if not more. But like the whole Gears of War series is there, besides 4, obviously, because that's brand new. But yeah, you can find the whole list on Xbox.com, or just Google Xbox Game Pass and see what the games are for this month. I'm assuming we'll get briefed at the end of every month about which ones are going to be new for the upcoming month.
Still definitely a thing that is definitely recommended if you don't have a lot of games or if you're just getting into the Xbox scene.
Yeah,
Definitely should do it.
And especially if you're game sharing, $5. Like that was my thing. It was like already, like I found $10 worth of games here, just in this first month. One thing I'll be talking about it later, but I downloaded a game called Pumped BMX. It's just a little BMX like side scrolling game, kind of like Trials. You ever play the Trials games where you had like the motorcycle and you just had to go through the course?
Yeah.
But you can do tricks and grinds and stuff like that. And I spent a lot of time playing that game this week, actually. So that was good. And that game itself might have been $9.99. So getting a bonus 111 other games is pretty sweet. I think no matter what, you'll be able to find $10 worth of value in this, even for someone like me who has a ton of games.
119 games?
Is it 119?
Well, you said 120 games all together, right?
I thought it was 112 or 13 or something. I'm not positive.
Oh.
We just know there's a bunch of games there.
I just know it's a big, long list, and I don't want to read through the whole thing, so I'm not going to.
Perfectly fine with me.
All right, what else in the news?
Wildlands Fallen Ghost DLC just hit May 30th.
Which is today.
Which is awesome, which is really fantastic. A lot of new things are coming out with that, along with 15 new missions. So that's a decent chunk of meat you get to play with. The level cap moved from 30 to 35, which is awesome. You can bust up your guy.
It's a decent chunk of meat you can play with.
Game-wise, there's 3 new locations you get to scope out and investigate, which is a bunch of fun. Everyone loves exploring. I think I spent half the time.
Everybody loves exploring big chunks of meat.
Speak for yourself. Which is all blast. 6 new weapons to play around with to shoot people in the skulls and in those new locations.
I wish you'd stop adding stuff to the end of these.
4 new bosses and new
bosses to shoot in the skull?
new bosses. 4 new bosses that you got to take
That
out.
says new baddies.
Baddies. New baddies.
Oh, will you try pronouncing what the new baddie's name is?
Los Extraordinariosos. That's what I'm going with.
Extrañeros?
Extrañeros. It's
I want to say.
It's a Spanish word for extraordinary.
Or
Extraordinary.
or extraordinary.
I like extraordinary, but
You are
we'll go with-
extraordinary.
I know.
Yeah, so these guys, they kind of remind me of the Unidad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're super armored. There are a few new classes of them. Some of them have, like, active camouflage, so, like, they'll be invisible. The snipers now are super high-powered, and they're super good shots.
It's obnoxious.
This looks like a lot of fun. It's moving the level cap. Did you say it was moving the level cap?
I did. You were in the midst of laughing about
Oh,
playing with
okay.
my meat. I mean,
We're just winning today.
God.
Playing with the 15 new missions. But yeah, they raised the level cap.
That's good.
I feel like this is getting to the point where if I was to get back into Wildlands, I'd feel super behind.
Oh yeah, for sure. I missed all the last DLC.
I mean, well, that's the weird
Not
thing.
that I've ever been caught up. I think you and Dan Pod have always been ahead. The
Yeah.
voice crack though.
A little bit. It's fine. It's already a mess. We'll just continue to make it messier. Well, the thing about the DLC though is that they like Narco Road was the last one, but that was completely separate. Like you didn't even carry over your characters or anything.
Will this one be carrying your character? Well,
I
obviously,
don't-
because they raised the level cap.
It's really weird because they said that like none of their DLC is ever going to affect the main campaign. So like the 6 new weapons you get, I don't think you can bring those into the main game. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that one. But
How would they keep you from being level 35 in the main game?
well,
That's what I was saying.
yeah, I guess the level cap's moving. So maybe this expansion will just be built into the game then, but Narco Road was completely separate for whatever reason.
Was it called a DLC?
Narco Road?
No, this.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean-
both of them were called DLCs. I don't know. If they're just
Downloadable
wordplay.
content. Yeah, you bought a season pass and you got both of them. If you don't own the season pass, June 6th is when these come out. Otherwise, they came out today.
That's what the June 6th was.
If you're not a season pass holder, $15 will get you the Fallen Ghost DLC. Looks fun. We're still waiting on the 4v4 PvP mode, which I think will be sweet if it ever comes out.
Yeah.
But
That is one thing that game was lacking, was a PvP
PvP,
mode.
yeah. That game is still awesome. I still have to go back and beat it at some point.
Yeah. Add it to the list of games to beat.
There's too many of them. Titanfall 2, while we're talking about DLC, also had an expansion come out today. It's called Monarch's Reign. A few new things we're getting with this is a new Titan called Monarch.
Weird.
Who would have thunk?
It's he's a mid-range he or she, I guess.
It's a robot.
It is a robot.
It?
So
Yeah. It's a mid-range Titan. It's different than all the other Titans because it upgrades itself throughout the match. So you're going to be getting upgrades for the Titan as it's out. So the Titan has to live long enough to keep upgrading itself to get to its like final form where it's going to be the most powerful. So it's going to play different than all the other Titans, I'm assuming.
It's gonna be much more passive than your run around with a sword out.
Tone, I think that's, or no,
No, it's
Ronin?
Ronin.
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 Sword Ronin. We're also getting a remastered map in Relic. 2 new Prime Titans, Ronin and Tone. These are things you have to pay for, obviously. They're just skins for those Titans. Other purchasables will be nose art for your Titans, some camos, some call signs, and with every DLC pack that I think we've gotten so far, a new execution. This one's called Now You See Me. It has to do with invisibility.
Makes sense.
It's tough to explain the executions. If you go watch the trailer, which came out a few days ago, you can see the execution in action.
I thought I was reading somewhere where they were making a new class where it was where you would steal the battery pack and then you could bring the battery pack to your Titan or something.
I mean, you can,
Can you? I know you can take a battery pack out and you drop it on the ground.
but now you're saying you.
I think you carry it instead of dropping it.
Well, yeah, I think because if they're on the ground, you can pick them up, and if you go over to your Titan, you can recharge your Titan.
Oh, I thought I saw something else. About
Well, you said something about the mech brawl.
yeah.
Will you open that door? Just let him in. I don't know. I have no idea what mech brawl is.
I think it was
but
a new. seemed
we
like a
think
new
it's just
co-op competitive mode.
It's just Titan v Titan with no pilots, is what I would assume.
Yeah, sounds about right. In that case, I feel like Ronin might have the advantage in a brawl. But who
Yeah,
knows?
Ronin. People that know how to use Ronin, those swords are so overpowered.
They just live forever.
What?
They just live forever.
Yeah, I know. And they're not even like super armored. It's so weird.
No, they're just.
They must be fast, maybe have like good shields.
Well, hello, Bear.
He's real out of breath.
He's
Hey,
really
it's like Ben.
excited to see everyone.
He's not very good at summer
No.
or spring. It's
my-
not even summer.
Oh, my dog actually had a mini stroke today. I forgot to say that.
Oh, good. More good news.
I was playing with her today at the park, and she just kind of collapsed. And I ran over to her, and she kind of sieged up for a minute.
Seized up.
Seized up.
Sieged?
Sieged.
She
Seized up and then kind of tried to walk again, and her back legs gave out, so I had to just pet her and pour some water on her. But back to good old Titan.
I mean, that's all I had. I think you capped off our Titanfall 2 DLC discussion well with your talk about sieging.
Oh, sieging? Well, Bear brought it up.
Sieging. Bear did bring it up. Thanks a lot, Bear.
Yeah, good job, Bear.
Ben, how about you tell us about our new streaming client, Mixer, not a dating app.
Although it sounds exactly like a dating app. So this week, with barely any real say or anything, our favorite streaming app, Beam, which we've talked about before, you can stream really easily through Xbox, owned by Microsoft, got a name change to Mixer. He was kind of right. It does kind of sound like a dating app.
I think originally it reminded me of Grindr, the gay dating app.
So
Mixer, Grindr. But then, like, I was having a discussion with some people about this. Like, if you think of what a mixer is, just in, like, everyday talk, a mixer is kind of like where you get a group of people together. It's like a social gathering. So Mixer kind of makes sense.
See, that's funny because when I hear Mixer,
You
I
think of like alcohol.
audio mixer.
Oh, or the mixer in front of me.
Yes.
Or a mixer for your drink.
Yeah.
But
so I guess I can see it.
I think the social gathering,
Social aspect
like a
of
mixer, is probably why they're doing that.
Yeah.
I know
like
a
a
big
blender.
reason for that is if you ever went to Beam, it was Beam.pro. So like Beam.com's gone. I know a part of this at least was needing or wanting at least a .com address. So Mixer.com is where we're at now.
I dug the Beam.pro thing.
I thought Beam was awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
Twitch is Twitch.tv.
Yeah, there's so many weird there's like .family, there's a bunch of weird things.
.org.
I liked Beam.pro. It's kind of sad that it's changing.
Yeah.
It sounds more official.
But it's cool
Beam.pro.
because we are getting some sweet new features with it, like co-op streaming. So what, like, say the three of us all were streaming one game co-op, you could have 3 boxes up on our stream, and then the chat would just be the chat for all of us. So it's a good way to, I mean, even if you're doing, like, if we were playing Rocket League or something, we had 4 people, you could see everybody's view of what was going on. That'll also be good for, like, first-person shooters, stuff like that.
You can see everybody's angle and see where everyone's sitting, how everyone's playing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know in a lot of like first-person shooter tournaments, they have the ability to go between all of the visions,
Where you can just
which
click
is
to 'em.
super
Yeah.
cool. And they can see, they can tell when someone's going to get on a flank or someone might get a double or triple kill, and then they can go to that person real quick with the camera and watch the play.
Yeah,
So.
definitely cool. They're updating the mobile app too. A big problem I had with it was the delay. I don't know if you guys ever had to deal with that with chat. If it was like streaming on Twitch when you were on your phone, so you would type something and then 30 seconds later you'd get a response back from the streamer or from your audience. So now we're getting FTL pretty much on our phone, so it'll be that quarter of a second delay that we're used to. So that's huge for people that use the app primarily on their phone, which I would assume a lot of people probably do when they're not at their house or whatever.
Yeah. I definitely split time between my computer and my phone when I'm watching live streams and stuff
Yeah, or like if you're laying in bed at night, you're not
on your television.
on your television usually.
That phone handy.
Also, we're getting a dedicated Mixer page on your Xbox homepage. So when you hit right bumper to go to like the store and your news feed and all that stuff, there's actually just going to be a Mixer feed now. I almost called it Beam. That's going to be tough. Mixer. I don't love it, but they had their reasons to do it, and with the name change came some awesome new features. So hopefully they'll keep improving the service, and you can catch us all on Mixer when we stream once every couple months.
I don't have to make a new Mixer account now.
No, I mean your account will stay there.
It can't
Everything,
carry over.
pretty much everything's staying the same. What level did you hit, Shopa, actually on Beam? Were you above 50? I guess is a real question.
I don't think so. I think I was still in. Hold on, because this is a funny story. I was going through my phone the other day to find apps to play like while I was going to bed.
Yeah.
And I saw the app named Mixer, and I was like, what is this app? Like, I have no idea what this is for. Why do I even have this? And then I was talking to Risky the other day, and he was like, hey, did you see that they changed the name? And I was like, changed the name of what to what? And so they changed it, and I mean, it must have been overnight because I really didn't even notice them change it. So I'm attempting to log in. Oh, I'm here.
Really got to figure out what
That's an ice cream truck.
that is.
Oh man, I don't think that probably won't come all the way through to the final recording, but there's an ice cream truck going. Do we want to take a break to go get ice cream? Should we do that?
I don't have any cash.
All right.
There
Next
is
time.
ice cream sandwiches in the freezer.
That's our reward. That's how we reward ourselves for making excellent podcasts.
Oh, darn. What happens at level 50, Risky?
Level 50, I think you get a free sub. Not a sub like from Subway, but a
Oh.
free subscription. No, it's definitely more than that. I think if you were level 10, you got a free sub. I don't know. Something cool happens if you're level 50 on Mixer, though.
Does that mean that I have a sliver of XP to get to level 50?
Wow.
Yeah, you're.
He's showing me his Beam
literally-
profile right now, or his Mixer profile right now, and he's literally
Like a sliver from 50? Or was I 50
so
and they like...
small.
Bumped you back. No, I doubt they would bump you back.
He's an RCH away from level 50. But yeah. So cool new stuff with Mixer, and
That guy must be like coming, just literally driving around your house.
he knows I want ice cream.
Really
I know,
wants
he
to
really
have
He's
you buy
smart.
ice
I'm his
cream.
best customer.
I don't think I've seen you buy ice cream from him once.
Yeah, I know, because you buy all the ice cream sandwiches I need.
Yeah, ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, I had like 4 or 5 of those the other night.
Ice cream sandwiches?
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm about on that
Lewis.
level.
Oh, they were
Ice cream
Lewis's.
sandwiches.
You came over when no one was home?
No, you gave me.
I gave
3
you
or 4.
a ice cream sandwich.
You're supposed to go along with this, Risky.
I mean, I didn't buy these ones, so it doesn't really matter. I'm
MC
buying the
bought 'em,
next
actually,
pack,
so-
so
So
Darn,
thanks
I
for
feel bad
stealing
now.
all my ice cream sandwiches, you jerk. All right, last story. We got some Call of Duty in the news. Shopo, take it away.
So this past week was the Call of Duty World League Stage 1 finals.
What a
it's
mouthful.
A little bit of a mouthful. This is a global tournament. They're in the middle of their season right now. And Splice, the only European team that qualified, actually won. Favorites like Optic Gaming and FaZe got into the last day and were playing for the championship but didn't make it. The last day was Luminosity beats Optic Gaming and Splice beats FaZe to get into the grand finals, where Splice beat Luminosity to take away the $200,000.
oh,
200,000.
Wouldn't that be nice?
These are 6-man? Are these
4.
6-man? 4-man?
4. Not split evenly.
Not split evenly?
Well, split evenly
Isn't it up
between
to
the
the
players.
Oh.
I believe it's split evenly between the players, and they take out travel
It's
and stay. And
Okay. Is the 200? Is it 200,000? Is that like the whole
US
purse? So like the
dollar?
second,
I
and third are
believe-
getting paid out of that as well.
I believe small amounts.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean that makes sense.
yeah, there was not a third place game. I would assume that. So, the loser bracket winner Luminosity faced the winners bracket loser FaZe. That's a mouthful.
yeah, it is.
So I'm assuming FaZe
it
would
is.
have gotten placed third because they were in that game. Luminosity second and Splice first for the purses if they were giving away 1, 2, 3.
I wish we made money playing video games. How do we do that?
Get really, really,
Go
really
back.
good.
Go back 12 years, 15 years.
You have to be kind of funny. I'm not that funny.
I mean, these guys probably aren't that funny.
Oh no, they're hilarious. Have you seen any of their streams?
No, why would I do that?
Well, because they're funny.
No, I have not seen any of the streams. I don't know any of them. I know you said one name that I thought I'd heard. Luminosity? That sounds actually I think that's a cell phone game I used to have.
I mean, all
I think
four
it's a Harry
teams.
Potter.
All 4 teams.
Magic stuff.
Illuminati. No,
No.
those are the people
Illuminati.
that like, run our country.
You're thinking of Wingardium Leviosa?
Lum-
which is-
No,
Lumina-
how do you
Lumosity.
illuminate stuff?
Maybe
It's
that's Lord of the
I think
Rings.
it's just Loomis.
Yeah, well that's close to luminosity.
I mean, all 4 teams are multi-game teams.
So they play more than just Call of Duty.
So they're sponsoring more than just Call of Duty teams. Not the players play different games, but I know Optic Gaming, Luminosity, and Splice all have like Counter-Strike teams as well. Splice has a League of Legends team. I don't think Luminosity's been in it. He's acting like he's falling asleep over there.
I am not. I'm wide awake.
No, esports aren't very fun, Risky.
They're just not fun to talk about. I think they're fun to watch. Just
What-
tell me who the winner is and how much money they got.
Well, I was gonna say, what was the last esport you watched?
Dota 2
Did you actually
championship
on ESPN?
2-3 years. I remember I was in like TGI Fridays a couple years ago, and they were bringing up like the purses for all these major championships, and like they get paid. Dota 2, their like big thing, whatever it is. What's it called?
World
Just
Championship.
World
I believe?
Championship.
Yeah.
They pay out more to these kids that play Dota 2 than the Masters does to all the golfers in the Masters. It's insane.
Dota 2 actually placed second that year behind the largest purse of boxing. That's the only thing that beat him. The largest purse in boxing for one boxing match is the only thing that
Are you
beat
sure?
Dota 2. I'm
That's
like
ridiculous.
90% sure.
I mean, that could also change from year to year. I feel like the year that I saw it, it was definitely on ESPN. So yeah, that's the only time I
Yeah.
ever see that kind of stuff in the
yeah,
mainstream
it was
media.
like, it was crazy. It was like $2.6 million or something like that
It's a lot of monies.
to win.
Yeah.
I think that was, so what they were comparing also was the full purse of the tournament, I believe,
Yeah,
compared
Right.
to the full purse of the Masters tournament.
right.
So
I think that's, yeah, I think you're right.
but I know something that developers and stuff are starting to do, like the big ones, like the ones who did Dota 2, and I know League of Legends as well. They start to match purses, so they'll take the purse that's raised or however much is raised for this, and then they'll take their own money and match it, or put their own money into the purse to make it bigger and seem better and get more fans. I mean, if you
Oh,
have
I
a $1
didn't know
million
that.
tournament, that's going to attract way more people than a $100,000 tournament.
Yeah, and if you put it on ESPN, you'll make a lot more people turn off ESPN on accident.
That's why you got to put it on the Ocho.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Jojo.
All right, last bit of news. Show the Waterloo. What is it? What's the
last
big
piece of
one?
news?
Come on. You don't have to look.
Oh,
You know what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Far Cry 5.
Woohoo! We got a reveal trailer.
And it looks awesome.
It does look good.
It looks really good.
No, the ice cream guy just went straight up the road.
Oh, I actually couldn't hear it.
Uh,
Far Cry 5 reveal trailer. The game's taking place, which we mentioned this last week, takes place in Hope County, Montana.
Good old Montana boys.
So the trailer starts off kind of like peaceful, just kind of showing you like this is a country town. Like you see some buffalo, some bison, you see a ball field, you see a church, and then you start to see blood and explosions and crucifixes and stakes and all bad stuff.
Yep. So these out of are they out of towners or are they
Yes.
just like people from inside the town?
No, I
they're
think
out of towners.
Out of towners come in with saying stuff like, "Hey, the government isn't gonna fix this or isn't gonna do anything for you. We are," and start like,
yeah. So the main guy in this, the main antagonist, is going to be the father of the church. I don't know if we know his name at all. I haven't seen it anywhere.
and they might have mentioned it once, but I'm
It
not
might have come
100
up.
Yeah, I'm not 100 on that.
But yeah, so he's kind of a doomsday prepper. He thinks the end is coming and everybody needs to atone for their sins. It's also like a join us or
Join us
die
or
kind
die.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
very, very cult-ish.
super cultish. They have their own like symbols up on the church. They have their own symbols like
On their weapons.
embroidered on their like
flags.
jackets. Yeah.
They might even have it like steamed into it.
It might be on a brand.
Branded them. That's the
I
word
can
I was
see
looking
that.
for.
So I could definitely see them branding that. It's like a
Well,
it's like a weird star.
Show me your left butt cheek. You have to have the brand on that butt cheek, or else you're.
You're dead.
I hope that's not what happens, but maybe.
Hey.
Alongside this trailer, we also got 3. They were just cinematic trailers. It definitely wasn't gameplay of Nick, Mary, and Pastor Jerome, who are going to be your 3 allies in Hope County. Pastor Jerome, I would assume he had his own church with his own following.
I feel like
And
it was like a regular church, and then these guys came in and was like, it's this way or you're dead.
yeah, and like it cut away from his church because he was in it, and he puts on like a bulletproof vest, and he has his shotgun and his Bible. And you just see a giant hole like blown out of the side of his church.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely out for revenge.
He's gonna mess some people up.
Mary, she's a bar owner.
A recently acquired bar owner.
Yeah, well, I think she.
I think it was
They
like a
said
family.
they killed their
owned-
father.
Yeah, I think it was a
Right.
family.
Well, yeah.
bar.
So she recently acquired it, but it had been running in the family.
Yeah.
She
so
probably was
her-
working there as a
Her dad dies.
Waitress.
yeah.
And they go back behind the counter, and you just see that she has a bunch of Molotov cocktails and like machine guns.
Yeah.
And so I think she might be your like ammo depot or like your store
Weapon
to buy
supplier.
weapons, your weapon supplier for
Yeah.
sure.
Like the guy in Far Cry 4 that you would like run a mission for him, and then he would give you a gun or
Exactly.
two.
So I think
Can't remember his
they're
name.
trying to lay out some of these characters. And then the last one is Nick. He's like
Air pilot.
he's a pilot.
yeah, crop duster probably.
Yeah, I think that actually is what he was. But in his trailer, you just see him mounting like a giant Gatling gun to the bottom of his plane. So we'll definitely have air vehicles. Well, they showed that in the trailer. We're gonna have planes, helicopters,
I feel like he'll be a easy way to get around Montana because it's so big.
Montana.
Montana.
Do you really think you're gonna be moving around Montana that much though?
I think
Or are
so.
you gonna stick to Hope? I mean,
Well, Far Cry games are always huge. I doubt they're gonna.
Just keep
I don't
it
think
one
they'll shrink
county.
it. I think there'll be enough to do. There'll be enough like small sects of the church. So you probably have to go and take them down as like fortresses or something.
Wasn't there like the main guy and then like 3 or 4 of his like super cult followers that he
Yeah, like I would assume he
you have
has.
to take out.
Yeah, I would assume it's a lot like that. We got a reveal date, or we got the date revealed for
Release date
when it comes out. A release date, that's what's called. Yep. I was thinking it was going to be the end of this year, like holiday season, but it's actually February 27th of 2018. So
woof.
we definitely have a bit to
Whiles.
wait.
It's all right. There'll be games that we can play before then.
Yeah, but February is a great month too. 'Cause it's just in the middle of winter, so
Mm-hmm.
generally
We're
we have more time to
festive.
game. Yeah. They said that this is gonna be they're gonna have the largest amount of customizable weapons and vehicles out of any Far Cry game.
Nice.
Far Cry 4 had a lot of that stuff, so
also,
knowing
had an
this
elephant
more,
you could ride.
that's true. I don't know as far as
I'm riding a moose.
yeah, I would
I
say
think
as
a
far as
bear.
animals go in Montana, it's probably
I'm riding a moose.
Moose
bears,
and bears.
moose,
Maybe some wolves.
Meese.
buffalo, bisons,
Meese.
probably
I
dogs,
doubt there's any mice.
Meese.
coyotes. One of the leads on the game though said he made it sound like you were gonna have a dog or you're gonna have some type of companion. I know in Far Cry Primal you could have like saber-toothed tigers, like their companion.
Sidekick type deal.
Yeah, they're like sidekick thing in the game. You could have different animals. So I think that you probably won't have like
See, he said, well, he didn't say dog. He said you're going to have a canine companion.
Canine.
okay.
So that's
So
well,
a dog.
any type of
Or-
four-legged canine.
Dog, wolf,
fox.
coyote, fox.
But I feel like a
Okay,
fox
so yes,
and
we
a
could
wolf
have coyotes.
or something you really can't tame that well.
I'm sure you could tame a wolf.
But it's a Far Cry game, so who
True.
knows?
I want
True.
a wolf. If I can get a wolf, that'd be kind of sweet.
But another thing that you actually didn't mention was the two-player co-op campaigning.
Yeah,
which is
so-
awesome.
In Far Cry 4, it was like you had your main missions that you couldn't do co-op, but then like taking down fortresses and doing all of the side missions and stuff in between those main missions, you could do that stuff. 2-player co-op. They're doing the whole campaign though, so as soon as you start the game, you should be able to hop in with a friend and go.
So I wonder how that would affect if that's going to affect the story at all.
I
you
don't.
know?
I'm thinking maybe you have a companion or something with you. If not, it could be kind of like how
like Destiny does it.
Destiny, where you only see yourself in it.
Yeah.
Wildlands also does that. When you're like interrogating someone, you're in the interrogation room.
Yep.
You just see your ghost. You don't see your
Yeah,
other 3
all-
squad mates
yeah.
at all. So maybe like the cutscenes, that kind of stuff, you'll be by yourself. But you're a deputy in Hope County. That's what you're playing as. You're completely customizable, so you can be male, female. There's a bunch of different races. I think you can customize your face and that kind of stuff. But it's a first-person shooter, so that's kind of weird. But if you're playing with other people, they'll be able to see you at least. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like
That'd
I'm
be
just
fun.
gonna get 2 6-shooters and just wild west around.
Yeah, so this is also actually pushing this closer to Red Dead Redemption 2 because they said spring for that. Well, April 1st and beyond. But that still gives you a month or two to get that out of the way. I'll definitely be picking this up day one. I think this game looks awesome. It's something in like the political landscape that we have currently in this country, having like tackling this right now, I think is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The game is going to come out, and I think it's going to be super controversial.
I'm excited just for that aspect of it. Like,
Yeah.
they've tackled it in other countries. Now they're tackling it in our own country.
And yeah, that's the thing about this Far Cry game too, is that every other one of them is taking place on like tropical islands or somewhere that are thousands of miles away. And now we're in our own backyard here in the States.
Home backyard of mine.
So it's gonna be weird just killing a bunch of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like
Crazy cult.
crazy
Americans.
cult people.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fine. I think killing crazy cult people is fine. I don't know.
I would say no matter what, it's probably fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Far Cry 5, we're all definitely excited for it. This is a game that we haven't had before. This setting, being in Montana, which sounds like is a super super boring place for a game to take place. But when you add these type of, I don't want to call them inbred because I'm not sure that they are that completely, but they give off that vibe, kind of like a weird. I don't know.
My
Don't trust
brother's
anybody
my
outside.
my brother's my father.
Is that even
Yeah, kind of like that, I guess.
possible?
My mother's my
No,
sister.
That is possible. Because if your mother had
Yeah, we
your
don't-
brother,
All right.
and if your mother had you, and then that's weird. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be really exciting because we're getting into the games that you guys have played a bunch of and love, and I haven't played at all. So if this would be similar if I played like Mass Effect Andromeda,
And you missed.
and I have never played a Mass Effect before. I guess that kind of was.
I would just
offset.
make you stop. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be like, nah, you're not gonna play Andromeda. You're gonna go play 1 through 3.
Yeah.
But I haven't played any of the other Far Cry's before.
Yeah, I mean they're all pretty similar as far as they're all first-person shooters with crafting, lots of side quests, like fortresses to take down, like strongholds. So I think we'll see a lot of that bleed over into Far Cry 5. So you will be seeing some of the older stuff, but this definitely seems completely new and different as well, while seeming a little similar. It should be good though, and
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
good.
100% am.
We all are.
Can't wait to meet Nick, Mary, and Pastor Jerome.
Nick.
Nick, Mary.
Yeah,
Nick
I was like,
Oh, that was
he
his
has the
name?
last name. His last name is Mary. Nick Mary. All right, is that everything we got in the news this week? Kind of a light news week,
Yeah.
but nothing wrong with that.
No.
But all right, well, let's get into games and deals with gold with Shopa.
Well, I was not prepared fully for this because my iPad died, and I was just trying to tell Waterloo here to do it instead of me because he had a laptop.
Are you gonna
and
make
was
him
fully
try to
prepared.
read things?
I got a thing that says paper towel, light bulb, super big, fancy.
That's my grocery list.
No, that's just the page in which I wrote to him, but the page I wrote on is below that page.
Super big and feathery comforter. Get that out of here.
Hey, that's at my actual grocery list, though. Why you gotta do that stuff to me, man? Now you're just making me all flustered. I have to scroll back up to... I mean, games with gold haven't changed, right? They're still the same.
I'm just gonna watch you struggle through this. So no
that's-
help from me.
That's fun. So, we're to deals with gold.
I'd start with games with gold, like you were just about to, and then stopped.
I mean,
One job.
what is this? This site is so strange. Listen, I didn't only have one job. I did some new stuff too. You're just gonna sit there and let me struggle, huh?
Yep.
All right. So you still have Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, which we went over last week. Bunch of fun. Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams, which nobody hopped into again. I bet.
Nah, I think that
Okay,
it had its time.
played through that one.
That's fine.
Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga for 360, right?
Do need to get back into that though.
Yeah.
That is fun. I was playing it the other day.
And then we're gonna do your deals with. Wait, you're not even on the right thing, Lewis.
Well, this is what happens when you tell me to do something that you should have done.
I can't get it on
This
my
is potentially
phone.
the worst podcast we've made.
You have a Samsung G7 there, and you can't bring it up. Come on. I know the capabilities of a G7,
You know
and
the
I know
capabilities
you
of
could
a-
totally do it.
Samsung S7 Edge.
Oh my god, he's being serious.
He was
I did do
actually.
He's gonna start trying to sell
serious.
phones to
You know,
people.
okay.
You got the
The
G7.
G7.
G7, S7, I got the number right. That's all that really counts.
No, that's not all that counts because there's no such thing as a G7.
There
in
will be.
Samsung.
There will be.
No, there won't. Samsung does not use G in the name of their.
God, Samsung S7. Anyways,
It's
my
an
point.
Edge too. Are you,
You
gonna
have
miss
an
that?
Edge. Okay, you know what? My point is you have a fully capable phone of doing it yourself.
Maybe I just wanted you to do something else.
I
me.
was doing something else. I was in the middle this time, and I had to sway the mouse so the screen doesn't turn black.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm ready now.
I think Zach wants. I think Risky wants to kill us.
No,
No.
this is good. This is quality, and that's what we're striving for.
This is just going for it.
Love
you know?
the sarcasm.
We're not perfect.
Clearly.
Hey, speak for yourself.
EA Sports NHL 17, which is probably in the EA Vault.
It may be. I'm not positive.
75% off if you'd like to grab it. EA Sports UFC 2,
May also be in the A.
probably
Access Vault.
also in the EA Access Vault. Divinity Original Sin Enhanced. I've never played a Divinity game. Anybody? No?
Nope.
Sorry, can't say as I have.
Oh, this one looks familiar. The Technomancer. On sale
Hey,
for 60%
how much
off.
is that off? 60% off?
60% off.
Wow,
Oh, wait,
I-
we already own that, don't we?
I bought that. It was nowhere near as good as I was hoping it would be.
And you didn't pay 60% off. You paid 0% off.
I paid
100% on.
$60.
Rough.
Yeah.
The Long Dark. 60% off.
I own that game. I played it for an hour, maybe. Is it still in game preview? It probably is.
Probably.
It's one of those survival games.
Yes, it says game preview.
Does it?
underneath
Okay, so that's been there for a while. That may never come out of game preview.
I doubt it. A lot of games never come out of game preview. Pretty sure Ark still is in game preview.
Ark has had an expansion since it first came out, and the whole game is still in game preview. Like an expansion you had to pay for,
Yeah,
and it's still in game preview. It's
pretty interesting.
horrible.
But people love it.
It just gives them an excuse to not finish the game.
Yeah, apparently.
So, Thimbleweed Park.
That's a good one. I think the percentage on that was only 25 though, which
Yeah.
I'll get the game when it's on a cheaper,
Is
a bigger discount, a little cheaper.
59.99.
No, I think it's only
25%
$20.
So it's $15.
Yeah.
That's still not more.
No, I'm looking $10. It's a point and click adventure game.
Farming Simulator 15.
That sounds like a blast.
Wow, it sounded like you really wanted to play that one.
Yeah, I was being
Or-
sarcastic.
Mordheim City of the Damned, 60% off. Blackwood Crossing, 35% off.
I bought that day one. Still haven't played it.
What's that one
Woohoo!
about? What's that one about?
I'm not sure.
You played it though.
No, he didn't.
No, I
play
said
it.
I
He
still
bought
haven't played it. I bought it when it first came out.
Soul Axiom for 60% off.
All right.
Bioshock the Collection, 50% off.
All right,
Totally
there you
worth
go.
it.
That's worth.
Hey,
Did you say 50% off?
50%
So
off.
probably $30. Definitely well worth. $10 a game for the Bioshock series. Heck yeah.
And Borderlands the Handsome Collection, 67% off.
And I guarantee you that's worth it as well.
Yeah,
Because I
those
think
were
that's
fun games.
Borderlands 1, 2, and
Pre-sequel.
the pre-sequel. Yeah.
Which I own all of them on PC.
What about
Actually.
Those games are fun.
I
I
think
think
I
those are
played
4-player co-op too.
Tale of Borderlands?
I mean, that's a Telltale game. Tales from the Borderlands. Is,
Do you think
that's
that would be part of it?
no,
Oh, it's
definitely
not?
not.
Okay.
No.
Um,
But it's definitely worth the price of admission.
yeah, so out of all of those, like there's 3 that
Yeah, there's a
are
couple.
actually pretty good.
And if you're EA Access member, a few of those are probably in the vault for you.
Yes, UFC and NHL 15. 15? Maybe that's why it's
Hopefully
on
it's
sale.
15.
No, it was 17.
Oh, I was saying.
15
I don't know where I
Long
got
time
15
ago.
from. Oh, $15 for. That's what I was thinking of. But those are your games and deals with gold.
All right, so let's get into what we've been playing this week. Let's talk some games. Waterloo, what did you have a chance to play this week?
I was able to play Paladins with you guys.
Yep, we all got to do a little bit of that. Stay tuned to the latter half of the show if you want to.
Latter half.
If you want to
For Honor.
hear about that.
We're playing For Honor and some Switch games. Still Minecraft.
How's your Minecraft world coming?
Really nice. It's coming together pretty beautifully.
How's your weird murder chamber for all of your animals?
I've actually released all of them. They all escaped except for the horse.
Oh, so you didn't let them do anything? They all escaped.
No, I broke down because I decided I was going to let them roam around down in that area.
Oh, okay.
So I broke them out of their cages.
Did you lock a door behind you?
I did.
Oh, and they just disappeared?
Yeah. So I don't know what happened there.
I wonder if it was just too big of a open area down there, so they just kind of despawned or something.
But the horse is still there, so that's why I was kind of confused. My white horse.
Does it have a saddle on it? It's yours?
It does not. No.
No? Huh. Not sure.
I also got to play a little Titanfall. Shot some few people.
Titanfall 2?
Titanfall 2, yes.
Shot a few people. It's like 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Throughout 3 matches. Killed 3
I
people.
only played like 1 match.
That's still pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, I probably shot more than just 3, but... And then...
I wouldn't
Well,
be
maybe
so
3
sure.
Debatable.
actually players, and the rest were like,
Grunts.
NPCs.
Okay.
And played How to Survive 2. Played a little bit of that.
Okay, well, you also played Gwent, and that's what I wanted you
Oh
to
yeah,
talk about.
sorry, I did. I completely, I
Waiting
I
the whole
looked
time.
right at it and just didn't read it.
Yeah, I just wanted to know is the game fully out, or is this an open beta? What is going on with Gwent?
I think it's an open beta, but I want to say it's fully out. I'm not 100% on that because it was free to download. It says everything's there. So I didn't have a problem with anything. So
Yeah,
I want to say
either
it's
way,
all the
it's
out.
free right now.
Yeah.
But there's going to be in-game.
Changes. I'm assuming they're going to be adding cards so you can make bigger and better decks.
And also in-app purchases, I would assume.
Yep, there's in-app purchases.
If the game stays free, they need to make money somehow. So.
Yeah, you can craft your own cards. Like you get scrap paper and you combine them together and create cards.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, you can't
Do you get like recipes or something? Or?
Yeah, it's more like that. Like I think you can only create cards that you've seen in battle.
So if you play against someone else and they have a sweet card, you
have to get so many scraps, and then you can.
And once you have enough scraps, you can get that card. Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. So you have something to do with your duplicates or cards you won't use in your deck.
Yeah, which is pretty fun. I enjoy it. For a card game, I think it's a lot of fun.
I spent a lot of time playing Gwent in The Witcher.
Yeah.
So think about how big of a game The Witcher is already with all of its stories and side quests, and think about inside of this game, there's a whole nother game that you're playing right now as a standalone game.
Yeah, that happens a
kinda
lot
crazy.
with mini games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I much rather have the actual physical cards to play.
Yeah, we had talked about that. I think they could make a good chunk of change printing out actual Gwent cards.
Yeah.
Selling them in packs, like Magic cards or Pokemon cards, whatever you're into.
I know, like, League of Legends has its own board game.
Really?
Mechs versus Minions. That's based off of the lore of a few of the champions in League of Legends.
Yeah, I think there's a few, because there actually is a Witcher game. XCOM has its own game. There's definitely a few board games like that. It's pretty awesome when they do it right. Portal also got its own game.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun card game. I'm like running through all the challenges right now. When I get bored of playing.
Have you played online against anyone yet?
I have not. No, I don't think I'm that good.
Yeah, I mean,
just because I feel like this is a game that
because you didn't play The Witcher or not much of it, so you never really played Gwent.
Yeah, I just
this?
like scratched the surface of it.
Okay.
But I like it.
Cool. If it's free, I definitely need to download it this week.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Like I said, I probably spent 10 hours just inside of The Witcher playing Gwent, going around to each
Little
vendor and trying to find all the cards, just to make the perfect deck.
I was hoping that if you like had so many cards in the game or something that they would carry over to this Gwent, but no,
that would be cool. Or if you could earn
like
cards from the standalone Gwent to have like in The Witcher 3, that would have been cool.
But I didn't see anything about that.
Can you co-op, like, play against your friends?
I would assume so.
Yeah, you can like send them invites, card invites, or Back
That's
to base.
probably the only way I would want to actually play would be
Is-
with people I know,
Yeah.
just so I know I'd be on like a level playing field with them
Yeah.
compared to like kids that are going to be like die hard into this game and
What?
that'll just smoke you.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Like it's totally something gonna be possible where you barely get like 3 moves and you're already done.
Yeah.
I play a little bit of Hearthstone.
Okay. I mean, I even played Hearthstone for a while.
I did try to play it, but it wasn't
Hearthstone's fun.
for me.
I'm Yeah.
I think I might start playing it during queues. So have it on like another screen and like sit there and
when you're waiting in between games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because some queues are pretty long.
It just sucks that if you get into a match though, because I think you get
Penalized.
yeah, you definitely get penalized in Hearthstone if you can't complete the game. So if your game starts and you have to stop playing that. But
I play both at the same time.
oh, nice.
If
Wish
you have
I
a
could do
fast
that.
enough computer, you can just alt tab between them.
That was me
Yeah.
that made that spike.
Yes, that was.
Bah!
You said but
But
really loud.
Yep. Oh, there it is.
Damn.
Nice. Shopa, what have you been playing this week?
So obviously I played some Paladins with you guys. We played a little bit of Rocket League the other night, although
More like schmack at Meeg.
I had some connection problems during that.
That was
We were
weird.
playing-
You couldn't stay in with us.
We played Paladins for like 3 hours, and then when Waterloo got off, it was just me and Payne. We switched over, and halfway through almost every single game, I just got a connection lost, and then I backed out of the party. I got kicked out of the game. I would go to test my connection, and it would take a little bit, but then it would just be like, your Xbox connection is fine. And then I get back into the game. So I don't know if Rocket League is having some connection problems or server problems or something, but I never got an update for them or anything. So that was kind of bummy. Other than that, I've just been using my Xbox to watch a lot of HBO Go and Netflix.
What do you
How I
want
Met
to-
Your Mother.
Have you watched anything good this week at least?
I watched like 6 movies over the weekend.
Any good movies?
Didn't answer the question.
Let's see. I was able to watch Independence Day Resurgence today.
I saw that one in theaters. That wasn't bad.
I watched, let's see, anybody seen the new Speed Racer that came out? Like, do you remember the old cartoons?
Like the white car with the stripes, the
Mach
2 stripes,
5?
the Mach 5.
Speed
Yeah. Okay.
Racer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kind of
there's an actual movie on HBO Go.
called Speed Racer,
It's called Speed Racer.
like a live action, like with real people.
Real people.
Is it horrible? It
No.
sounds like it'd be horrible.
It's not actually that bad. Like, it's kind of cheesy, but that's what Speed Racer is.
I also don't know if I trust your judgment when it comes to movies.
It's
but
not like a blockbuster beautiful movie, but it's fun.
all right.
We'll watch it sometime.
Maybe.
Like tonight.
Nope.
Aw,
Probably not.
please. Just kidding.
Nope. Probably not. Still.
But so I watched Suicide Squad.
Like, for like the 15th time,
No, like the 5th time.
4 times too many.
What? You really didn't like Suicide Squad?
It wasn't that good. No.
I fell asleep when I was watching it.
Okay. There you go.
To be all
Wow.
honest, to be completely honest, I fell asleep during a lot of movies.
Okay.
I think I have a problem with
Pain.
sleeping in movies.
Okay, on that note, I watched yikes. I watched so many movies. I'm halfway through War Dogs, which is really, really good.
What do you mean you're halfway through War Dogs?
Well, I paused War Dogs to come over and record the podcast.
Probably should have just stayed home.
Would have been better than this crap show.
Ah.
Cool. But yeah, that's really, obviously I played some computer games too.
You guys really make me want to come back.
How about you, Risky? What have you been playing?
Well, my FIFA 17 career as Alex Hunter is going quite well in Aston Villa. I know everybody wanted an update, so here it comes. I've got, I want to say 7 goals in the last 2 games. I'm on a tear after going, just putting up zeros across my stat line. Now we're on fire. On fire so much, we went into overtime in my last game. It was tied 3-3, and we ended up winning the game 6-3. So 3 goals in those 2 short periods. All me. So he had 4 goals. Alex Hunter did, not me. Can't give myself credit. It was all Alex. But after that last victory, the game asked me if I wanted to bump up the difficulty. So I obviously said no. And I will continue to pummel everyone in the 2nd division of the English Premier League.
Until you get taken back up to the first.
Yeah, like I need to keep scoring 3 goals a game so I can make it back to Manchester United, my dream team, and stop playing for this trash fire that is Aston Villa.
I thought making the difficulty harder was actually bringing you up to the Premier League of Manchester United.
It just makes
That would be nice. They'd be like, okay, wow, you scored way too many goals. You probably need to go up to
That's what I thought that
the
meant.
1st division, and then
It would be harder.
I think
that
it
would
just
have been a
wants
smart
to-
way to do it. I like it.
I think it just wants to balance you out.
It's also, I'm still not convinced that this whole thing isn't set in stone already. Like, I think it is an actual story where, like, you win. I don't know.
You get bumped down, but your buddy stays up, and you're just
Yeah, like,
kinda
I feel like
sad.
even if you were a better player, it was still going to send you down just because that's part of, like, the story arc. Which, I mean, whatever. I'm enjoying the story. I haven't had, like, a cutscene in a while just because I've been scoring so many goals. I don't have time for videos.
What you should do is you should try and be even worse and see if they'll bump you down again.
Kick balls into my own net.
Yeah, see if
And
they
they'll be
bump
like,
you
oh,
back
wow,
down.
you're a sub now. And
Yeah.
then the game just never can continue on until you're good enough. So
Yeah.
I'll just forever be stuck in
So then
Aston
the question
Villa.
is, what happens if you get taken back up to Tier 1 in a different league?
In a different league?
Yeah. So what if you get an offer from
Like La Liga or somewhere, like a different
Milan
country?
or Barcelona?
I would assume it would just be on loan, so eventually you'd still come back to Manchester United to finish out the story mode.
You're
I
not
don't think you...
Manchester United.
What?
You're on Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being loaned out, though. Manchester United still owns me.
Oh.
I'm just on loan to Aston
Remember
Villa.
that now.
So I think it would be the same way if I was sent to a different league. I don't think it really matters. Either way, I'll end up at Man U eventually. I can't wait.
Scoring goals.
I got to keep playing. Got to keep scoring goals. I also I hopped back into Minecraft story mode, finished up my 2nd chapter. I'm reuniting the Avengers of Minecraft Town to take on this giant wither storm that was created in episode 1. Turns out the Avengers of Minecraft world don't like each other that much. It's kind of like Civil War going on within Minecraft. So tensions are high and rising.
And pixels are low.
Pixels have never been lower. Pumped BMX, I talked about this earlier. It's part of the Xbox Game Pass for this month. I touched on that earlier. I played. I think there's 50 levels, and I'm maybe like almost 40 through, 35 levels ish. They have little challenges for each stage, so it'd be like do a tail whip backflip, get 13,000 points on one trick. So like if you don't nail the run perfectly, you have to keep restarting with like the quick restart button. Those type of games where there's like a little checklist and I need to be like, okay, I need to do that trick before, like I need to 100% it before I move on. So like the first 2 levels, maybe like 2 chunks, so it's like maybe 20 levels. Those are all completed 100%. So I'm working my way through that. That's been fun. And Paladins. Yeah, so I mean, it's been a good week of gaming for me at least. Sounds like everybody got a good amount in, and we will strive to play more this week and every other week.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we can try our best.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gets in the way of our gaming.
There is no try. There is only do.
There's only do. What if there's only try?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
So confused.
I don't know why everybody's so confused. Really, I'm just looking for a transition here, but I don't see it. So
This week has actually been brought to you by coffee.
coffee, which is a fruit.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
And we're actually grinding up the bean. The
Seed.
actually.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the first half of the show. Stay tuned through the break if you want to stick around and talk about our game of the week, which was Paladins. Alrighty, if you chose to stick around for our discussion of Hi-Rez Studios' first-person hero shooter, Paladins, thanks for coming back.
We appreciate you.
So much. Shopa, how'd you like Paladins?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah, it was fun.
So do you want to get over like the big controversy and everything? Go over that real quick.
The Overwatch's Paladins is Overwatch controversy.
Yeah. So we have a problem with nose whistling and the fact that this game, Paladins and Overwatch, are
Pretty similar.
Extremely similar.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they've both been in production for a while. Obviously,
from what I'd heard, is that Paladins had started earlier, but Overwatch definitely hit the street first. They were out first. I think that Paladins probably borrowed some of Overwatch's stuff once they were out. I also don't know how like crosstalk works when two development studios are developing a game. Like, did they each know that they were making like pretty much the same game when this was all happening? Like, were they stealing ideas? That kind of stuff I would find super fascinating if somebody had like a 30-minute documentary on this on YouTube or something. I'd totally watch that.
Just how like the talk between, because it's the same thing with like Battlefield and Call of Duty are both going back to.
Yeah, I mean, one of those was in production way before the other one, but like with this one at least, it's sounds like they
We're pretty close.
probably pretty close. Even like a lot of the characters
Have similarities.
are almost identical.
Yeah.
Some of them
Soldier
are.
76 and Victor.
I think the only
Victor,
difference
yes.
is a rocket to aim down sight.
Yeah. He gets calls in a mortar
Oh,
strike.
he also has a missile
that's right.
barrage.
Instead
Yeah.
of
So some of their like supers or their alts are
so
different.
a lot of the base character models are similar between a lot of the champions and heroes between Overwatch and Paladins.
Yeah.
They're different abilities and points, and Paladins doesn't have the various game types that Overwatch does.
It has 3 of them. I don't know how many.
Oh, I actually haven't played the other
we
ones.
didn't. I don't think we didn't play anything besides
played the one.
Siege. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I
There's
played
also
all 3.
you did play all 3,
Yeah, I played
Were they-
Last Man Standing.
and what was the other one?
The other one was
Survival.
Survival. Well, it was Survival, and then the other one was which we played was Capture the Center and then push with the
Siege.
That's Siege.
that's Siege.
Yeah.
And then the other one was you just you try to push the whole thing by yourself, and the other people are trying to attack it. It's like
and who can push farther?
Yeah.
Who can push the
Tug of
objective
war?
farther?
in a sense.
Can you both push? So if you
It's-
push it 50% and then you get knocked off of it, do they push it back towards the other side?
No, it's
No,
strictly
you just attack and defense.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes of straight pushing,
So you have 5 minutes to try to push it all the way down.
Yeah.
They have 5 minutes to defend it.
and then
Whoever has
once
the
that's
higher
over,
percentage.
once that's over, it plays again, and then they're pushing and you're defending.
So then is it like first 1 to 4, like with Siege?
No, I think it's.
I think it's
the
just
definition.
2. It's 2, and
Whoever
has
gets
the
2
best.
done. Okay.
Who has
And then
the
if
farthest.
they each, I think if they each complete it, then there's one more.
And if they're 5-minute rounds, you're talking a 10-minute match.
Yeah.
That's not bad. But if there's only, wouldn't there have to be more than 2 rounds though? Because what if you
No.
both win
That's
one?
what I said. If there's
There's an overtime.
yeah, it's like an
Oh,
overtime.
okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
That's.
But
yeah.
those are the three styles of play they have.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely plays. The game modes are the same. A lot of the heroes are the same. Speaking of the heroes, though, did you gravitate towards any specific ones, any type? So we'll go over the types first. You had damage, which are people who just strictly are there to output damage. Support, those are going to be some of your healing characters,
and tanky.
and they're definitely more tanky, so they can take more bullets. But then
Some of them are.
the frontline characters are really the ones that have high health, high shields. They can take a lot of bullets. And then our last one is flank.
Flank, yep.
Flanks, they're fast characters who you're going to want to get in close behind and
A lot of
wreak havoc.
invisibilities and
lot
speed.
of
They're definitely
annoying
spell. Yeah, okay.
abilities
So
so
you can
that-
get in, get out quick.
Yep.
Do your damage, get out of there. Okay. So like I was saying, did you guys have any heroes that you liked?
I definitely want to say I gravitated towards damage flank. That's where I would. I'm
Okay.
so bored with playing support and playing frontline and not feeling like I can affect a game.
Yeah.
As
Well, I think those are the type of roles that you're helping a lot more than it seems like you are, I guess. Because like when I play Torvald and I'm just taking, like when I take 100,000 damage to just myself, that's just me. That's 100,000 damage that the rest of my team isn't taking because I'm a sponge, giant bullet sponge.
Yeah, I guess, and that's true. I did play a tank. I played the turtle.
He's not a turtle.
He's definitely a turtle.
He's like an aardvark.
No, he's definitely an aardvark.
Oh, he has a shell.
What's his name?
Makoa?
Makoa, yeah.
He has a shell.
He's got.
He
Maybe
has a
he's
shell.
I think he's
it's called a shell shield.
It's a combination of.
He looks
both
like
of them.
he look
A turtledillo.
a turtadillo. Okay,
Ew.
I like that a lot.
Turtadillo.
He's definitely a turtadillo.
He didn't have as much HP as your Torvald or your big
Yeah.
tanks, but he also output damage, which was good.
What was his attack like?
That was a cannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was pretty much Roadhog.
Roadhog. So he had a hook. He had. I wish it was a shotgun because it would have been a lot better. My biggest thing with him was his shot was delayed after he hooked, so there was no shot. There was no hook shot
Like Roadhog.
like
in
Roadhog.
Overwatch.
There was a hook, and then you kind of they had a second to jump.
And get
and
out
then
of the
and then you
way,
had to
whatever
shoot.
was coming
But
next.
one of the big cards was you do 80% more damage on your first shot after a landed hook, which I think helped a lot if you could land that one shot.
Yeah, that's a big bump to damage. 80%. Jeez.
But then I went towards the damage. I played Shaolin. I've played Willow.
Shaolin was the
archer.
He's an archer. He's a lot
He's
like
Hanzo.
Hanzo. Yeah.
Then Willow, I don't really think.
I
has
tried
a
playing with
comparison.
Willow. I wasn't a fan of Willow.
No,
I did not try playing with
I
him.
don't know if I couldn't play her right or what.
a
But.
lot of Willow is your bomb.
So just like
So
high
using
damage but low rate of fire as far
kind
as
of
her
deal.
primary goes.
It's very hard for her because I think her shots go slow, so it's not an automatic. You kind of have to aim ahead of them.
And there's a few characters that are like that, just the super high damage, but they fire kind of slow. Like the dragon, Drogo's.
Mm-hmm.
Like his shots were all
he's the
slow.
Pharah?
Or, what?
He's like the Pharah
Yeah,
of
he
Overwatch.
can. Yep,
he
can
can
fly
go up
up.
in the air. He's got the cannon.
Yep, then he has like a missile barrage kind of. Okay. Any other ones that stuck out for you?
I got killed a lot by the Maeve.
Maeve was
Maeve?
obnoxious.
Oh my gosh,
She's
it's
a
like Genji.
she was a flanker, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
she was.
She
She's
had like
the
the
Genji.
2 daggers that she would throw.
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
Genji, yeah.
I tried
It's a
her.
good call.
I couldn't get the hang of her at
And
all.
we played against a really, really good Lex, who's another flank champion.
He just has he shoots like
That's the-
He's got
it's
like
two
two
six
6-shooters,
shooters.
kind of.
2 6-shooters, but he fires like Reaper.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
just kind of like right side, left side, right side, left
Yep.
side.
And he does a ton of damage with the bullets.
He's got a mean slide that he had.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's super fast, and his slide, he can shoot while he's sliding too, so he can come in. If you're playing someone like Grover, like me, who throws these axes super slow, and he slides in, and I start missing with my axes, like he's gonna destroy me.
Yeah.
So yeah, playing good flank against good flank characters sucks.
Yeah. It's
horrible.
It really does.
So everyone, I feel like a lot of people are just kind of going towards the damage because everyone wants to do damage. Everyone wants to be the highest damage output. So no one's really tried to figure out what supports or what tanks counter the flank. Because at this moment, you can have 3 tanks, a damage, and 2 flanks.
No,
Wait.
That's 6.
that's way too many people.
It's 5v5.
5v5. It's 6 in Overwatch. Sorry. So if you have 2 tanks, a damage, and 2 flanks, and those flankers are just destroying the damage of the other team in the behind, and you're still capping that point, like there's nothing you can do. I felt so hopeless playing damage into a good flank.
Yeah, it's like a lot of when the games would start for me and we'd be sitting in that select screen, you can see like who's taking what. So I would generally just wait until everybody else picked. So if like we had 4 people that took damage for whatever reason, then I'd be frontline or support or something. Those type of games you can't always be who you want to be.
You have to be what the team needs.
You have to be what the
mostly.
team needs, so you need to be comfortable, I feel like, with at least a character or 2 from each.
I would say yes and no. When you get to ranked, yes. at this moment.
Okay, yeah.
But that like I kind of feel bad because I was definitely just spamming damage champions because I wanted to get them to level 4. Because one thing we haven't mentioned is you don't get to play ranked
No.
until you have 12 champions at rank 4 or higher champion mastery.
Kind of absurd.
Which is definitely seems like a lot of champions to get that high. It takes roughly 7 games to get to rank 4 if you play well enough in all 7 games. And so I did the math, and that's what?
Didn't we get it to like
70,
25 hours?
80. It was like 85 games at like 15 minutes a game, and it came out to be like you have to literally
really
play the game
long
for
time.
a day
Mm-hmm.
to get all of the champions to whatever
But,
mastery.
okay,
and you
but-
also don't start with 12 champions.
Look at Overwatch, though. Overwatch, you have to get to level 25.
Yeah,
I've played that game for like 30 hours. I'm not 25 yet.
We're not even close.
Yeah. So I think these games just they really want you to know your shit before you start screwing up other people's days when you don't know how to play well.
Yeah.
Like if you get that guy, if it only took 3 or 4 hours to get into it, you would have new people who don't understand the game, don't understand that team comp matters. So you end up getting a lot of people that are gonna one weak link in that competitive of a scene. I feel like you can definitely get screwed by people that haven't played long enough or don't understand it.
I think we're also who knows what the competitive scene on Paladins is like, though, by the way.
It's also it's super new for like it's in beta. We're playing a beta game. It says it right on like the home screen.
Yeah.
It had been on. I believe it was on PC before this.
I have no idea.
No idea?
It doesn't
Okay.
sound familiar at all.
So yeah, it's a new game. That was another positive I saw is that the competition here was nowhere near like Overwatch,
No.
which
I agree.
for me is that's
Much more
awesome. The
enjoyable.
easier I can kill people unless I die, the more fun I'm having for sure.
Yeah, and it's the same in Overwatch where you get eliminations, which is doing any damage to any champion that dies.
So it'll
you
say
get-
you got like 50 eliminations, but really that just means
Yeah.
assist,
And it shows, well, not always.
assist or kill.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
if you
then
put-
it also
if you put-
shows solo kills.
Yeah, so you can see that as well.
So you can see who you solo killed, but if you put the last 10 damage on somebody, you still get eliminated.
I mean, the one thing you can see that really can show who's doing the most damage is the damage stat.
Yeah. I do love all the stats it shows.
It does break it down.
It's
quite
cool,
nicely.
and
There's
then
no medals or anything like Overwatch, which seem pointless anyways.
they're medals.
yeah, I did gold. Woo. Or no,
They do show medals.
but the medal. So if you
It's just the
tab
best.
left, yeah, it'll be like
Best highest
gold,
damage
silver, or
output.
bronze. If you put out the most damage, it's just gonna tell you, hey, you got gold for damage. If you healed the second best, it's gonna be like, here's this silver medal for healing the best. Which, I mean, none of it seems to matter.
Yeah.
I just look at the scoreboard and I can be like, well, I did better than Waterloo at that one, that one, that one,
Not
that one, that
Not
yeah,
that
all of
one.
them.
Oh, everything.
Nope.
Weird. You played
Definitely
Pip
no.
again? Strange.
What did you what did your okay, well, let's get into you, Waterloo. What was your let's get into you.
Yep. I don't want to
Get
do
deep
that.
into-
Let's dive deep into
You.
your selection of characters for this week's Paladins.
Well, my selection of characters, I started out as Pip. That was the first character I played with, and I just really gravitated toward him. I enjoyed playing him. He was a support. He fired little like chemical balls, poison balls at his enemies, and he could heal his friends. And he had like a weightless jump that you could do to get out of any hairy situations. So I kind of liked him. I liked being a support. And
Was there anyone I know you pretty much mained
I mean,
Pip, but was there anyone else that
yeah.
you liked, I guess?
I really enjoyed playing Kingpin.
Bomb King?
Bomb King. Yeah, sorry. Kingpin. That was his.
Bomb King.
Bomb King was really
Bomb
cool.
King.
Basically, you have 6 like grenades that you can throw at people, and then you smash your hands together and they
And he
explode.
detonates them. Yeah.
Which is really, it's basically makes me think of the old school when you'd throw sticky bombs and
yeah.
stick people.
And you
I-
could throw
a
you
huge
said 6, but you could actually stick them to people. So, like
Yeah.
you could throw 6 bombs and have them all stick to one
person and then blow
Or
them
a
up.
wall, and if
Yeah.
they run by the wall, you blow them.
That's
kind of
like
like
the
set
few-
a trap
The
up.
few
that
times
way.
I would use them, yeah, it'd be like one doorway to get to the center point.
Mm-hmm.
Just layer it.
with bombs.
with bombs, and as soon as they start to run, you click.
Yeah. And then
his
he
super is a giant.
his
No,
super,
it's
he
not his
rolls,
super.
he makes himself into a ball and a bomb and rolls at somebody. And
Oh, and then he
explodes.
blows up. Okay.
Yeah,
His-
and then
What is the big bomb then?
That's
that's
Grumpy
his
Bomb.
Yeah, it's like his left,
It's left
or
bumper.
right bumper, left bumper or left
left
trigger,
bumper.
one of the two. Yeah, and you throw like a big bomb.
Left trigger is to blow your.
Oh yeah, it's a bumper, and
Never
you'll
played
throw it out, and it explodes up and basically knocks them out for a minute, so you can throw your regular bombs at them or whatnot. He was really fun, and then who else did I play?
I'm trying to remember.
The dwarf guy,
Barrack?
Barrack. He was
He
a
had
front
a
line.
he had a shoddy and
Yeah,
turrets.
he
He was kind of like who's the guy? Torbjorn
Yeah.
the
from
other dwarf.
Overwatch. Can
Yep.
he
Bomb
can
King's
put
a little
turrets
bit
down?
like, so I was thinking about it, and Bomb King wasn't near close to anybody I thought of, but then he's Rat Trap. What's
Junkrat.
Junkrat.
Kind of. Yeah.
He's similar to Junkrat. His ultimate's similar. The bombs exploding is similar to Junkrat's. Bombs explode once they land a couple of times.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, he's Trollborn. I always say it wrong. Tollborn. Tollbjorn.
Yeah, the guy from Overwatch.
Yeah. So
Not to be confused with Torvald.
Yeah,
which is
that's what I was just confused on.
the tank.
But Brank, what was it?
Barrack.
Barrack.
BAR.
Barrack, yeah.
Yeah,
The dwarf.
I enjoyed playing as him. He was fun. Frontline person, jump up shield, some turrets, and had a shotgun and had a quick escape button.
Yeah, so he had the sweet shield that you could like lay out in front of the payload and everybody could just hide behind it.
Yeah.
It didn't move. It was stationary.
Yeah,
though, so
but
it didn't
I did
move with
find
you.
if you would toss your turrets right in front of the payload would actually push your turrets. So you would have turrets.
Did you ever try to put a turret on top of the payload?
I did not.
We had talked about one of us talked
Yeah.
about that.
'Cause I know that's something in Overwatch when you have you can do it. There's a combo where you put a Bastion on top of the payload, and you put a Reinhardt in front of him, and so he just shoots through the shield, and no one can do anything. You have to flank him.
Yeah.
And Bastion's just kind of like Ruckus, is what I. It's just a turret that
Spamming
shoots
turrets.
hundreds of bullets.
He's
really
like a
quick.
mixture of Diva
and yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Bastion.
He was kind of fun. Those were the three people I really gravitated towards. I also played those three and either Lex or Andros.
Androxus.
Androxus. I like playing him. He had a 6-shooter that he could rapid fire.
It reminded us of Thorn.
Yeah,
The
Thorn.
Thorn from
Destiny.
Yep.
And McCree from Overwatch.
Yep.
Yeah. He was like the other fourth person I played with.
He had the sweet reflective.
Yeah, he would
hands.
He would be able to put up like a shield, and I think he
He deflected all the bullets back at
to
you. I
you,
think.
which was really annoying.
Which is a Genji ability.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
where he
has
shoots the stuff? Oh,
Genji has he blocks all the bullets and shoots them back with his secondary sword.
But yeah, those were the people that I mained. I tried just about everybody.
I think the only because that was my thing is like, all right, I'll try everyone at least once, which kind of sucks because it turned a lot of my hours of playtime into people that I'd play one death or two deaths and be like, wow, I don't want to use this guy anymore, and then have to play for
Another 15 minutes or better.
That
Yeah,
is
'cause
the
in
biggest
Over-
difference. Because Overwatch, you can switch champions,
mid. Okay, that's what I
heroes
thought.
in the middle of a game.
But wouldn't you only get one switch?
Nope.
No, you could switch
can
as many
switch
times
as
as
much
as you
like
want.
every time you died, you could switch.
Oh,
Yeah, you just don't want to because then you're
messing up
Your team comp's gonna.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
So
no,
you- do you
not
have to monitor
your,
that?
Your ability, your super ability.
Your
resets.
super
okay.
reset.
So you only
Can
want
you
to switch after.
see it in Overwatch? Like if
Yes.
you can tell if somebody drops, like you lost some damage, you need some healing now, or that kind of stuff.
Yes, you can. So if you come out, you don't see team comps beforehand, obviously. So if you come out and they're running a team comp that you know how to counter, and they start winning because of that team comp, then you can switch to the team comp that counters theirs, and then they'll have to counter switch to something that can beat yours.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's not that much switching. I think it's just there's a different types in Overwatch, and a lot of people talk about it. I feel like it's a lot more competitive. There's a lot more. There's dive comps. There's damage comps. There's protect comps. There's like retake comps. So there's a lot of different stuff in Overwatch that everyone already knows about. Whereas like Paladins, it's still so young that it's going to take a while. But, yeah. The other thing is, I don't think... it feels like not a lot of us played any flank champions.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. Skye.
I tried her as well.
Skye was one of my flanks. She has like poison darts on her left hand or left trigger, and then just normal darts on her right. So if you poison someone and then you hit them with the right, you could do a lot of damage. She also had like invisibility for 5 seconds or something. So
Her
she
super was way too powerful, or at least too big of an
her super
radius.
it makes
bomb.
everybody. No,
It's
Skye?
it's a tracer bomb.
oh.
You drop it's a big bomb you drop and it
So
tick,
who's
tick,
the one
ticks.
that makes everything like black and you can't
Maeve.
see?
Are you sure it's Maeve? I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Maeve.
No, that's definitely how you spell Maeve.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it's spelled, but if you go into the champions in it,
Maeve.
I'm pretty sure she says it's not Maeve. I'm pretty sure she says
Maeve.
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 You're saying Maeve
You just
every
said
time.
Maeve.
No, it's Maeve.
You just said Maeve again.
You just
M-A-E-V.
sounded more retarded.
No,
Maeve.
I want to go and listen to it.
You can do it after the show.
Maybe I'm thinking about it.
But Maeve is
But
the one
th-
that
yes,
makes the whole
that's her
black,
ability.
the darkness
Yep.
come in.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. She does a giant bomb. I didn't
And
mind
she has.
Eve.
Well, what you're
Evie
thinking of
was
is
good.
Yeah.
her left bumper is a smoke grenade that turns her invisible for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Skies is. That may be what you're thinking of.
I guess so. Yeah. I also played with. I thought Evie was a fun flanking. I think I liked her because she played more like a damage character. Like her attacks weren't super fast, super low damage. They were a little slower rate of fire, higher damage.
Kind of like a Symmetra.
I never really played with Symmetra.
Symmetra is weird because she's in this support, but she doesn't do a lot of healing. She's got like the little turrets that do a ton of damage, and she fires a big ball that goes really, really slow, but if it hits you, it does a crap ton of damage.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Drogo's also has one of those giant, slow floating balls where like you can easily get out of the way of it, but if you don't, it's a lot of
You
damage.
just die.
So my mains were Tyra for damage. She was pretty
Yeah, she
Call
is.
of Duty inspired. She had rocket launcher. She had a giant like flaming grenade. It would just leave a trail of like napalm, so you could like block off corridors with that. And then her super, she just would unload, so like clip after clip after clip.
Well, she puts in a really, really big clip.
Yeah, and but her right bumper ability, it marks targets, and when targets are marked, they take 15% more damage. And one of her legendary things was if you mark somebody, it helps for the whole team. So you could mark somebody who is about to take something, and then you're doing 15% more damage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when everybody's shooting, it's definitely makes a difference.
And if you have a tank up there that you know is supposed to stay up for 10 or 15 seconds who dies in 5 because they have this mark on them, then that really does help as well. I was itching my nose, that's why I was so far away. All in all, I mean, I mained damage, I feel like.
I took one from, so like Tyra was my damage, Torvald was my front line. Torvald was a lot of fun for me. He has this shield. It's like a 5,000 damage shield that he could put on top of his like 5,000 health or something.
Yeah.
And the shield would get knocked down or whatever, but then your left trigger refilled the shield. So if you could get out of the way long enough to recharge your shield again, you could take so much damage. And then if people ever got close, his main attack was like electricity. I don't really know
You
how
would
to say
even do
it.
damage
It
if you
would-
weren't very close to him with it too.
I never
if
noticed
it-
that.
Yeah,
No,
because
that
that
was
was
an arc. It's similar to the big monkey in Overwatch,
Winston.
where he's got the arc gun. So you don't have to be aiming at them. You just have to hold the trigger, and if you're close to them, it arcs to them.
Okay. And that was Torvald. And then my support, who I was most comfortable with, was Grover, who just whips giant axes. His left trigger throws the axe like sideways, but it'll root people in place so they can't move.
We faced one really, really good Grover.
Yeah. Grovers are super dangerous because like the farther you throw the axe, the more damage it does. So if you're just standing super far in the back and just spamming, because he doesn't have to reload either. He just keeps throwing, so you're just holding down left trigger, just or right trigger, just firing axes down hallways. And then he has a heal that
Is that a super?
it's not a ton. Well, his super is also a heal, but his normal like potion would hit everybody within a pretty good distance.
That's the other thing is, were any of the supports like
Super
healing
like
mains?
were any of them like Mercy?
Like a Mercy
essentially?
or a Lucio who just can go around healing?
I don't think so, because everything I felt like it was like press it and wait for a recharge.
Yeah.
Like with Mercy, you could literally just
hold
down
yeah.
and keep healing someone.
That's what I thought for a second with Pip, that if I shot my allies with my poison,
Like-
it would heal them, but it wasn't. It
Like
wasn't that
Abba?
way. Yeah, it wasn't that way at all.
But what you're also looking at is how many champions. So Overwatch has a crap ton of heroes, right? They've
Yeah.
got 15, 20. Do they have 30 yet?
I'm not
Actually,
sure.
so
I haven't been in.
I thought they had
Overwatch
more
in a while.
heroes than Paladins, but I don't think they have that many. More if they do.
Paladin's got like 22,
26.
26.
27 with Willow.
No, I have. Really?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm looking at it right now.
That's weird because I have something that says like you go in and it says the champions unlocked and then like the skins and everything. It says 26-26, which is really strange.
I don't unless I'm missing something.
No, if
What's 4 times 6? 24
yeah.
plus 3 at the bottom here, so
27.
27.
I never even saw Ash though. I don't remember seeing her.
I don't remember Ash. Do you remember Ash?
What's she
Red-haired
look
girl.
like?
You can kind of see the picture there.
No,
Yeah, I definitely do not.
I couldn't tell you what
remember
she does at all.
So I wonder if maybe she's
Not out yet, or.
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not sure.
because I was just looking at that earlier and I couldn't put my finger on who she was.
That's why you clicked on the picture to see if it said anything for you.
Yeah, or it gave me a body shot of her, but no luck.
Nice. Did skins or anything like that pull you guys in? I tried searching through the skins and I couldn't for the 3 people I made, I couldn't really find anything that was like, oh, I need that.
I did. I found Pip's skin of the alien. I
So he
bought
was
it.
like an alien invader with an alien gun.
Yeah. I got it. I thought it was pretty cool. Turned him into an alien looking
It
at
also
people.
like
and-
alternate or it changed his voice too.
It changed his
Altered it.
voice and altered his super. His super normally turns enemies into chickens. So they scamper around with no ability but to run. But when you have your super, it turns them into like little chicken Martians instead. So they're like green with antennas. But yeah, I bought that with 400 rupees or gold
Diamonds, the blue
400
diamond.
Did you
blue
spend
diamonds.
money on the diamonds?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing is you either have 8 champions to play the game with that you get and you pick the pack or whatever, or you buy the founders pack for $20 that gets you everything,
Yeah,
which is obvious because
The
it's
thing
a free
that's-
game.
like I've earned enough diamonds and gold at this point though that like
You could have.
I could have bought the characters I wanted, but without having the founders pack and being able to play all of them, I would have never known.
Who would it be?
Like Torvald, I would have never got to play. Like Tyra, she was one of the free characters without the founders pack, so like I knew I liked her. But then Grover and Torvald, I don't think either of them were free.
No.
So if I knew ahead of time, I would have just saved up the gold and saved up my diamonds and just bought the 3 characters, and then probably would have just mained them and not spent the $20 for the founders pack. But $20 still isn't bad. I feel like to unlock every character in the game, and it's all the characters now and in the future too. So if they add 5 more, 10 more, whatever, we're getting them all for free.
Plus 10 boxes and
Yeah. Plus you just get a bunch
like
of free stuff as well.
100,000 whatever
Essence.
essence. So
And you guys are really yawny.
I burped.
I yawned. Straight up yawn.
All right.
It's really
Well,
hot up here.
anyone have anything else? Paladins.
Well,
Not a ton to talk about just because it's strictly multiplayer. I know we
Yeah.
didn't touch on that, but like there's not a campaign or anything like that. It's just PvP all the way.
it's definitely more
PvP
fun to
exclusive.
play. It's like every other first-person shooter where if you have a bunch of friends to play it,
It's worth it.
it's definitely more fun to play than
Yeah, you need to be able to communicate too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Being like, hey, I need health. Because it's kind of hard. That's another thing I found.
I know what you're about to say.
Seeing health on your allies is really obnoxious. It's harder to see if your allies need health. I think half the time
if you're looking directly at them, that's the only time you can see their
It
health
pops
bars.
up there for a second.
Being able to see like a green, yellow, red.
above their head or something would have been nice. But I think half
Like
the
in
time
Overwatch.
when I was healing them, they were already at full health, and I was
Right,
just,
like I would just, as soon as I'd see my left bumper with Grover like available, I'd just be like, all right, well, I'll heal, and hopefully somebody needs it.
Also, like the quick chat in Paladins is harder to learn, I would say.
woohoo
Woohoo!
over YXY.
So, yeah, I think you'd remember them eventually. It's a lot of options as
Other
far as
than,
what you
like,
can say in like quick chat.
Up D button over with my stick, which I do all like up D button down is my ultimate charge in Overwatch.
That's also like with like Rocket League's the same way. Like up and left is good shot. Like I think you just learn them eventually.
This is true.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem very quick to hit up X Y X Q,
4
Q,
buttons,
4
yeah.
7.
did
Were
I
you
hear a
calling
niner
from
in
a
there?
walkie-talkie, Tommy?
If you're in the middle of a fight and you need healing, I'm not gonna want to hit up on my D-pad and hit X X.
No.
Y.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't want to hit up on your D-pad because that would bring a menu up telling what your special powers were. You would
Yeah.
want to hit
I agree with Lewis.
right on the D-pad.
With
Just,
everyone.
just saying.
I mean, best case scenario, you never need to use them because you're in a party chat with 5 people.
Typically, yeah.
But we never had. I think we had 4 one night.
Yeah, it was the three of
Yep.
us in pain.
Yeah, almost had a whole team. Maze hopped in there for a little bit. Maybe it was just me, Payne, and Maze that played
I
that
didn't play
night.
with
But
No, I think I was playing with you guys for a little bit, and then
you had to
out.
leave. Yeah,
I hopped out, and you guys played cars.
Probably Rocket
with
League.
Soccer. Yeah, Rocket League.
cars
and
that
soccer.
play soccer.
Cars with soccer.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
I think that's definitely it on Paladins.
Yeah. All right. So that was the game of the week.
Next week's
This
game
week,
of the week. Well, this week's game. Of the week.
Waterloo. This next game of the week is it's on you. So
It's on me.
don't screw it up.
I've been giving this some thought.
Like in the past 30 minutes.
No, in the last like 2 days, I've been giving
Oh
some
dang!
thought.
Better be a good one then.
Since we've been playing a bunch of Last Day on Earth on our phone, I thought it'd be fun to kind of bring that concept of survival horror into real life,
Every time.
Into real life.
into real life. No, into our gaming on Xbox. So I was thinking, what was it? Nah, shut up. How to Survive.
Didn't you say that you were playing that a bunch this week already?
I played it a little bit. I didn't play a bunch of it. I played maybe like 10 minutes of it.
All right.
How to Survive 2.
It has
Gavel?
been said, therefore it is.
All right.
Um,
It's a co-op, so we can all play together. It's kind of like Lara Croft, top-down, action adventure. It is a little scary. Sorry.
and I'm gonna have to buy it, so thanks for that. But I'll get over it.
Okay,
I'll
I
use the
can
podcast money.
I can rechange the
No, you're
game.
fine.
I'll change the game. Let's have it as Minecraft then.
Shopa, where can we find you, and what will you be playing this week?
Well, you can find me at OMG Chopa on like everything. You can find
Including Mixer.
including Mixer, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and this week probably just gonna play some more Paladins, Overwatch,
And a bunch of computer games.
Probably a bunch of computer games. I want to get into Call of Duty, but I'm just so bad at Call of Duty now.
Just wait for World War II
Yeah.
at this point.
It's true. Although Remastered is still a lot of fun. How about you, Waterloo? What you gonna play and where can we find you?
Probably gonna. Oh, you can find me at Waterloo on Xbox and Mixer. For games that I'll be playing, I'll probably be playing for some For Honor. Really sticking it with that Nobushi.
Sticking it with that Nobushi.
Yeah, she got a long poke too. Probably some Paladins with you guys if we all decide to play. Minecraft on my Switch. Hopefully I'll have some downtime at work. Not too much though, 'cause I'd much rather work. And whatever other game tickles my eye, I'll probably play.
Tickles your fancy.
Tickles your fancy.
Catches my eye, tickles my fancy.
Tickles his eye and
Catches my fancy.
Gives him a rash.
And you can find me on Mixer and Xbox at Risky the Kid.
That still sounds like a dating app.
Mixer. Find me on Mixer, guys. Risky the Kid.
Press me on Mixer. Swipe right.
If you want to reach out to the show, you can email us at xboxcommunitycast@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/xboxcommunitycast. And the music, is that song that short?
Yeah, that's a short song. We outlasted our outro.
Well,
Now it's back.
I thought we had a lot more time than that. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to episode 10 of the Xbox Community Cast. And until next time, we'll catch you later.
Toodles.
Goodbye.